Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a quick trick for the purposes of getting your speed up really aggressively if you're at high altitude. Let's get started. So this particular maneuver goes back to the very early days of jet planes, and it actually has some mechanical challenges that could actually make it a little dangerous to do. But we're going to do it anyway because that's the way we roll. The basic gist here is we have some problems. We need to build up speed fast. As you probably saw from the previous two videos, it takes a really long time to build up any sort of speed, even with the help of our really powerful afterburners and the fact, we have no drag. So we're going to have to come up with a way to eliminate our angle of attack at the same time as reduce the effort the airplane has to make in order to improve our particular speed. So how are we going to do this? Well, we have to think about this for a second. The first problem we have, of course, is we want to reduce our angle of attack. The less the angle of attack is, the less induced drag, the faster we're going to accelerate. The second problem we have to think about is the concept of excess energy. That's to say that right now, we need one gravity worth of energy, basically lift, if you want to think about it another way, to keep us up here. That's quite a bit of energy that we're tying up. So if you're not doing the math right away, you're probably sitting there going, I see what you're going to do. But I'm not like that. I like to make things a little challenging for myself. So I'm going to jump up to 45,000 feet real quick. Now, 45,000 feet, we're at a bit of a disadvantage as far as power goes. You can see there that I'm at my Mach 0.8, full afterburner right now, and I'm just struggling to get anything out of this airplane. So I'm going to bring it up. I'll go ahead and pull the afterburners off in a second here. I think they've served me pretty well. Good job, guys. Thank you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing a pushover maneuver. Now, the pushover maneuver is very classic. You can see, by the way, my speed is bleeding off to nothing because of my 4-degree angle of attack. And what we're going to do is combine a very minimal angle of attack with a very minimal G-force. Now, keep in mind, in a regular aircraft, if we go to 0 Gs, your engines tend to shut off, or they'll flame out on you because there's no fuel flow at 0 Gs. So kind of keep that in the back of your head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disengage my thrust. That'd be bad. That'd probably slow me down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give myself a full afterburner here. And I'm going to push my nose over. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to achieve as minimum angle of attack as we possibly can. Right there. And all we're going to do is we're going to let the aircraft build up speed. So notice right now I'm at 0 AOA. So this aircraft wing is taking no bite out of the air in the slightest. Now some of you might be getting a little nervous about the fact that the ground seems to be getting a little bit bigger. I happen to agree with you on that particular fact, but our goal here was to accelerate as aggressively as possible as we could. So again, this is a bit of an exercise. There's Mach 1.2, Mach 1.1, Mach 1.1, and we'll go ahead and level off at 30 grand here. I don't want to waste all of my energy coming back up, by the way. Notice I'm maintaining at about 3.8 degrees angle of attack. If you want to go ahead and jam that up all the way, you're going to end up basically sucking the energy out of the plane. So there we are. We're now doing Mach 1.4. And we're at 28,000 feet in, I don't know, that was a few seconds. I think that was probably 10, 20 seconds. Not bad at all. Now, if we were to sit here at this altitude and jam on it, that would have taken a significantly long time. Now, very clever folks are going to sit here and going, wait a minute, I know what you're going to do next. You're just going to put the plane back into a climb and go through 50,000 feet. Oh, please, 50,000. That's amateur altitudes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and execute a zoom climb while we're at it. Now, zoom climb, we're going to take all that lovely inertia that we collected, and we're just going to power ourselves up. Now, the cool thing with the zoom climb, if you do this very carefully, it's going to be a constant climb, and then you're just going to actually let the nose come up, and you're going to reduce your angle of attack, and just let your inertia kind of carry you here. So, how you guys doing today? I heard that, there's some really good stuff going on. Yeah, that sounds good. I definitely saw that sports ball game. Yeah, those sports ball games are really entertaining. I really like the way that the teams work together in order to achieve a common goal. That's good stuff. We are. I'm 1.02. We're starting to bleed off some speed. I'm just trying to keep the angle of attack down here. And there's our 50,000 feet that we just went by a second ago. Right there. And we're just going to enjoy this nice thing. Notice, by the way, my indicated airspeed has dropped almost nothing. There's 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to let that nose come all the way down. And there we go. So while we started at 45,000, a few moments later, you can see that I'm sitting here high and dry at, we are up pretty darn high. Now, I'm not sure if I'm light enough to actually maintain this altitude. So one of the fun things you could do is you can press the belt button, and you could just see if the aircraft can do it on its own. So here we are. We're sitting up here at, no, we're accelerating. We're accelerating, but my angle of attack right now is like 7 degrees. So that's pretty bad. Downside, of course, is look at my fuel flow right now. 10,000 pounds an hour. Oh, I'm only doing 0.1. I just don't think we can maintain this very long. But the key element to note here is that it's all about your angle of attack. Minimizing your angle of attack is the key weapon if you're trying to increase your speed or any of these particular components. Now, if you were in a big airliner right now, as opposed to being in an F-18 like this, you can still take advantage of that. Just keep in mind that your purser and your stewardesses and your flight attendants will get ricocheted into the ceiling if you're a little too aggressive with that. And those big jet engines that need gravity to feed fuel into them, probably not going to like you. But other than that, enjoy.